Super. Well, let's get cracking. Hello, everybody.
Okay.
My name is Neil. I am the designer and creator of. Oh, hi, Megan. The designer and the creator of Earth, a indie TTRPG set in an alternate 19th century Earth, where all the creatures from folklore and fairy tale are real, have always been real, and live openly alongside humanity. Our game is set in the year 1872. It's in an alternate timeline, approximately, I can't remember, 6, 9 months after the Franco Prussian War. However, in this world, the Franco Prussian War, instead of being a war between um, the, is it the Fourth Republic, the Fourth Roman French Empire of Napoleon II, I can't remember, and Otto von Bismarck's Prussia, it was an alliance in which France and Prussia came together to attack the Fey nation of Arcadia. The king of that nation, the Elven king, who had been ruling that land for hundreds and hundreds of years, and was the most powerful ruler in Europe, had finally died of natural causes. And Bismarck, thinking they're vulnerable, we have a chance, convince the French emperor, let us attack. There was a devastating war. In which at first the Fae were taking injuries because they had never before faced humans with modern firearms and artillery that the French and the Prussians had. But then on the final day of the battle, they unleashed a devastating attack. Some said it was using ancient Fae magics, others said that they awoken the ancient dragons. We are 6 or so months on from that. We are in central France in the fictional town of Cherville, where our party of players have been acting as intermediaries between humans and Fae. A elven noblewoman in a nearby forest has been using her magic to draw more Fae into the area, and this has been creating conflict. But before we continue with our story, I would ask one of our players to give us a recap of our last session.
Oh, I'll do it. Fuck it. Okay, so we went. No, okay, so we went. Okay, so Mina, Sylvia, Aminata, and Mina, Sylvia, and Aminata. Yeah, we're what coming back from the Castilians. We met Gwen, gave her the letter. Sylvia also wanted to go to the mayor to get more supplies for the workshop she wanted to run, and then also talk to Marie. While she was doing that, Mina went to go and visit Dubois with the intention of doing some sparring with him, and he looked like absolute hell. His wound was infected. Mina basically said, well, you look like you're sparring with death, so I'll leave you to it. Got Madame Choisy to take a look at him. She gave him a poultice and told him to rest. And then Sylvia also told the mayor, Sauvé, that Dubois had been bitten, so he has gone off to discreetly order some silver bullets for the rifles for the gendarmes. In the meantime, Sylvia has assured him she's going to try and learn the spell. What else? That night, if I'm leaving anything out, people let me know. That night, Dubois came in. He was basically grand. No, I think it was the next day. Yeah, Dubois came in. He was grand, jumping on the tables, singing all of this. Sylvia ran her workshop. On seeing that Sylvia wasn't going to try anything with Marie, Gwen jumped straight in there. Made her rose using the illusions. Marie translated the spells some more, and then Gwen invited her for a drink. And then there was some stranger who came in wearing super high quality clothes, looking for a room, but was happy to sleep in the stables. Then the next day, 3 figures appeared. They looked elvish with scales. The 2 men and 1 woman. The woman said, I know it was someone here. Somebody has taken something which is ours. My guess is on the farmer who showed up the night before looking super rich, buying loads of drinks. And 2 of the men shapeshifted into some sort of dragon creatures that were 4 meters long and had 2 legs and wings and big fangs and stuff. So fun times.
Okay, so Sylvia, you have 1d8 inspiration die that you can use for any one ability roll at any stage in the game. And right now, Sylvia, can you please give me a resolve roll? Resolve willpower.
Okay, I'll have willpower. That's something. Okay. I can do
Neil,
this.
what day is it? Is it the 26th?
It's
27th?
Wednesday the 28th.
28th, okay.
And you had also picked up Justine's armor.
Yeah.
But
I got a 6.
Oh, no.
6 total.
2.
You rolled a 2. Wow. That's terrifying.
Do you want to use your inspiration die?
Oh, so that'll bring me up to like
Will it make a difference?
14? Like, will that? No, because no.
It's your call.
No, because like it's 14 is like that's my best case scenario.
So no, you're not.
No, I'm like
Okay.
Don't waste it. Like,
I'm not. No, because they're a dragon.
no, there's no point. Like, then don't waste it.
So, folks, this is what happens.
Oh no.
Okay, the two male fae changing their form into these long serpentine dragon-like creatures. No legs, no arms, just 2 wings from their backs, about 4.5 meters long, kind of hovering in the air. Sylvia, seeing in front of you these creatures, these terrifying creatures, dragons, your vision goes black and you find yourself yet again in that most terrible moment of your life. Describe what you see.
Oh no. Okay. Well. Okay. So there's smoke everywhere, and like looks like a really heavy mist. It's from artillery fire. And the terrain is like it's a mess because like there are craters, there are bits of obsidian and glass sticking out of the ground, and there's just a set of glowing red eyes that appear like, and they're like several meters up, like really high up. And then she feels something slamming into her back and slamming her into the ground. And then hears a voice just saying, "Stay down, I'll keep you safe." And that scene is just replaying over and over and over and over, just getting slammed to the ground every time. And she can hear that voice just repeating, whispering into her ear each time. So to what other people see, I suppose Sylvia starts sweating a lot.
What the rest of the party sees is Sylvia is standing there, completely blank face.
Her eyes are glassy.
Yes. The rest of the town square, the villagers, seeing these fake creatures appear out of nowhere and turning themselves into dragons, there are screams of terror as people start to scatter, running away. What is the rest of the party doing?
I immediately reach out and just grab Sylvia's arm and turn to look at her. When I see her glassy expression, I kind of hold her tighter and say, "Sylvia, are you okay? We need to go."
When you do that, Sylvia immediately kind of blinks, like as if she's sort of, kind of doesn't know where she is for a second, but she very much flinches away from you. Like she nearly doesn't know who you are, and casts Spark Skin reflectively. But she's still just kind of standing there.
Are you okay? Is everything okay?
I think we maybe need to go. And Gwyn will kind of try and get her arm around you and pull you away in the opposite direction from the dragons where everybody else is going.
Yeah, I help you.
When you do that, Sylvia flinches away from you and starts walking really quickly.
So as you pull away, the female fae, her form also changes, shifting into that of a dragon. Whereas the men were between 4.5 meters long, serpentine dragon-like forms. Hers is more like 4.5 to 5, and then the three of them taking off into the air, flying off roughly in the direction of the river itself.
I look at Gwen as like, is she okay? What's going on?
I don't know. I've never seen her like this.
I know, right?
Were they dragons? Real? Is that?
Do
What?
they shapeshift? Is that a thing? Would I know that? No.
Give me a failure roll. Anybody who wants to can give me failure rolls. Okay. Well, okay. Scratch that. Sylvia, you cannot give me a failure roll.
Oh.
You are not functioning right
Fair.
now. You are letting yourself be led, but you are not. With that shockingly terrible resolve roll, you do not have your wits about you. Okay.
I just
I
took
rolled a
big
19 and I have a
16.
+2.
You would
So
know.
21.
And Mina?
I maybe do know.
16.
20,
Naked 60.
21 was actually the target number. This is a high target
Yo.
number for you, Gwyn. Less so for Mina and Sylvia if she had been rolling, because this is a uniquely French fey creature.
Mhm.
So being Cornish, not as likely that you would have heard of this. To be honest, you're not entirely sure what this is. There are some examples of fey that can shapeshift, the aquatic fey that can shapeshift. Like there are some stories that describe harpies as having slightly kind of more scale-like and reptilian features, and in some stories they're described as more dragon-like. So you're like, okay, maybe these could be harpies. There is also another type of fey creature, French fey creature called a Drac, and they're kind of funny in that their stories of them vary. In some stories, they're described as being these beautiful men or women, like from the shoulders up, and then from the shoulders down, they have these long serpentine bodies. In other stories, they are described as just being breathtakingly beautiful humans. And then in other stories, they're described as being dragons. Dragons that live in the water. Drac, they're a type of merfey. They live in water, and they are known for having great hoards of treasures. And there are stories of Drac letting their gold and treasures float to the surface of rivers, and then when a human goes to take it, they grab them and pull them down and keep them as servants and maids and butlers for periods of years before they'd eventually release them and let them go back to their homes. So you're
Okay.
like, maybe it's some sort of harpy, I don't know, or maybe it's this Drac, this other uniquely French type of merfey, waterfey.
Okay, I will relay that to Mina, I guess. As we're briskly walking away. Is Sylvia still with us? Because she started to walk.
No, you ran ahead.
Sylvia's,
Which direction did you go?
Yeah.
No, I thought I walked like with you, but I'm trying to
Okay.
keep a distance away from you.
Okay.
She's very much kind of working on autopilot right now. She is responding to stuff you're saying, sort of, but in a very automated kind of way, if that makes sense, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So remember, Mina, when she told us when we were having dinner with the Lady of the Forest that there were dragons on the battlefield, which I'm still very skeptical about. Could have been some sort of, I don't know, artificer trick, or who even knows. But maybe this is what is. She got a shock when she saw these things that are probably the closest looking things to dragons she's seen since she's been in the battle.
Yeah. Wow. That is amazing. I never. Wow. Well, do you think they're looking for gold? Could it be? They're not looking for a baby or something. I think they're looking. Are they looking
I think
for
they
gold?
said treasure. Yeah, I think they said their treasure's gone missing.
So your man from last night that kept on buying drinks. I think we have to go and ask about him, but
right, yeah, of course.
Let's go to the inn first, and I lean into Gwyn and I kind of whisper, "Let's go get her a drink or something."
I don't know if there's a strong enough whiskey in the world, but we will try.
Yeah. So we're just kind of, go to the direction of the inn and see if they're kind of with us.
What's Sylvia doing?
She's following you as you lead her, as I said. Like
Mm.
she's like walking alongside you, but not letting any of you get close enough to touch her.
If
Okay.
anybody has managed to grab a hold of her, like she is trembling, like.
Yeah.
You still in bark skin, like?
That spell wears off after I think about 10 minutes or something. I think it's 10 minutes.
Sorry. Yes. I've only ever cast it in a battle situation, so I don't.
Does that have any physical tells?
Yes, her skin.
Yeah, I look
it
like
looks
a tree.
looks like a tree. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the skin takes on a wooden bark-like texture for the duration of.
So it's like Peter in the Hunger Games,
Okay.
Exactly.
and he's like a tree,
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, bless. Okay, so Sylvia is completely just freaking out.
Oh yeah. Now
So-
you have seen her cast this spell before.
Oh yeah. That's nothing,
It's
know.
always-
Yeah.
It is something
Yeah,
that you've seen her do. She usually casts on Justine.
Yeah. No, we have seen you do that. That's nothing, I'm just slightly surprised on when you
1 minute.
cast
Sorry,
it.
I just checked the spell description. It's not 2
1
minutes,
minute.
1
Okay, so it's worn off by now.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So within 60 seconds of leaving the town square, it is worn off. I would say by the time you've gotten to the inn, because the inn's quite close to the town square, it's worn off.
Okay.
So I find a nice corner and I'm just like, why don't you? And I'm trying to kind of guide you without kind of touching you and kind of touch you without, you know what I mean? So I'm like awkward because I don't know what to do. So I kind of want to, but I also don't. And yeah, being really kind of awkward about it. And I'm like, why don't you just sit? Why don't you sit down? I'll get you something, okay? Yeah, just sit down. And I'm going to the bar, and I'm like, oh, hello,
Jean and Monsieur
Sean, Marie. Oh, Sean, could we have something? Could we have could we have a strong wine?
What just happened? I heard people screaming and shouting, saying there was dragons in the town. What happened?
Oh, that is really weird. There were was it 3 people, 2 guys, and 1 woman? Yeah. So I tell them quickly what happened. There's 2 guys, 1 woman, and they were saying about something has been stolen, and they were really gorgeous, but they had these really kind of weird scales, and then they shapeshifted, and they looked like kind of dragons, kind of mini dragons, 4 meters, I think. So yeah, it's really weird. Also they didn't have any legs. They were just kind of flying, Did they have wings?
Yes, they had wings.
Okay, so they were big snakes, okay, with wings but no legs.
So there were dragons in the town square.
Well, I don't know. Are they real? Are they dragons? Can they shapeshift? I'm not sure. I really don't know what they were.
You're the expert on the Fae, not me. I'm a simple innkeeper.
Well, I don't know. You haven't heard any local stories? Because the giant weird snail, I've never heard about that earlier. Do you know?
Well, they're a French thing. You wouldn't get them in Switzerland.
French thing, I love it. But yeah, could we get some really strong wine?
He looking and he says he sees Sylvia kind of sitting in the corner, standing very upright, staring off into space. He's like, "Is she okay? Was she injured?"
No. I think she might have remembered something from the war. So. The phrase "shell shocked" hasn't been coined yet.
That was World War I.
That was World War One.
Yeah.
So I'm just I think she just remembered. I think she just kind of got a bit of a shock from her memories.
I understand. There's a few men here in the town who fought in the war, and when they came back, they've never been the same. They tend to stay at home with their families, but I have seen this before. And he goes, and he goes to the top shelf to the good whiskey.
The good shit.
Yeah, he gets
Aw.
the good whiskey.
The good shit.
And he pours you it's a generous 3-4 drams,
Wow.
Yeah, and
Oh.
so.
Oh, Sean is so kind.
Well,
I know.
he has. You have to remember.
Oh,
that
he's seen shit
because
as well. Like
there
they're
were-
quite close to the border, aren't they?
Well, no, it's not that. They're quite.
No, but they
central,
would have
but
had soldiers coming back.
But they
and
would have
stuff.
had
exactly.
soldiers
So there are
come back,
soldiers
yeah.
who are
Yeah.
like Sylvia.
So from
Yeah.
all around France, men joined the army, including
Yeah.
Cherville, including the Auvergne region. So he
Yeah,
has
yeah,
seen
yeah.
this. So it's he gives you a glass. There's about 3-4 drams of whiskey in, and he says, "Here, give this to her, okay?" And,
Thank you so much. And there's no weird French creature that would fit this description, no?
I'm just a simple innkeeper. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's fine, but thank you for that. And I'll bring it over to her, and I'll like, here, look, get this down into you. That'll do well. And I put it in front of her, and then I think better of it, and I put it into her hand.
And as Mina does, you are getting the scent of the whiskey. You are vaguely aware of it in your hand, Sylvia.
Yeah.
Wafting it to you.
So,
Yeah, no. The hand is shaking violently, but she's manages to kind of steady it enough, and she's just going to take it really quickly, put it down, and she's going to kind of turn around to Mina, and she's just very slowly blinking. We came back to the inn.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
You didn't look fine. You cast bark skin when I touched you.
No, I didn't.
Look, I don't know what happened there.
I'm afraid you did.
But we're safe here, and
Yeah.
and
well,
we can
now,
stay here until you feel better.
I feel fine.
Okay. No, that's okay.
Okay.
No,
Gwyn just kind of side eyes Mina.
I
Looks
look at
looks really
I look
confused.
at Gwyn going like, what the fuck are we? What
Mhm.
fuck are we gonna do? Like, what the fuck? Okay. Just get that down.
Act normal.
Yeah, act normal.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you
I'm
for
going to
the-
use lesser telepathy and just zap into Mina's brain. I don't know what's going on, but I'm
Okay.
going to act normal.
When, as soon as I hear you, I'm like, no.
And
not
then
a
I'm
poker
also going to
player.
say,
Little Mina
can
is
we
not a
say the
poker player.
word DORAGONS? Sure.
This is literally what Mina does, trying to kind of spell it because it's not a native language, and then she's like, "Oh yeah,"
No. Mm.
and I'm just like, So,
So, the man with the gold was flashing around. Your man who was flashing around his gold last night was odd, wasn't he?
He was a farmer, so farmers are not so wealthy, yeah?
No.
usually not. No. No. I'm gonna go back to the bar and go like, Sean, who was this man yesterday who was buying all the drinks?
Oh, Auguste, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of kind of surprised, really. Like, he comes in here on occasion, but never seen him spending coin like that before.
So he's not like a well-to-do person usually,
No,
not that you know of.
I mean, he has a farm and he does okay, but he's not especially wealthy, no.
And I look back at them and just kind of go like, what are we thinking? What are we thinking about this?
You can
Well,
see Sylvia's breathing is starting to kind of she's starting to kind of come back a little bit to herself, because now we're thinking, okay, what are we doing? We're we're focusing on tasks. Cool. Okay, let's think of solutions.
Yeah.
I suppose we should go and find out who this man is who was stupid enough to steal from some dragons.
Shall we pay him a visit, yeah? Do you know where his farm is by any
Yeah,
chance?
of course I do, and he gives you directions. He's like, it's funny.
Fantastic.
You're the second people today who've asked about this man.
Who
Oh.
asked about this man?
Oh, our new guest, the gentleman who's staying in the stables. He asked only. He actually only had left a few minutes, like a minute or two before you walked in. Just like
Then we should go, I think.
Maybe we're all going in the same direction. Sylvia,
Yeah.
are you sure you want to come?
I'm fine. I'm
you-
sorry that if I held you up because we have been here longer than usual.
No,
because of me.
no.
No.
Everything is perfectly fine. Come on, get
Well,
that
then
down
let's
into
go,
you,
yeah, okay.
and we go. I make
Sylvia
sure you
downed
don't
all-
waste the drink
she
and
downed- She downed all
perfect.
that whiskey in one go, and she is fine. Good
And I
to-
just like I assume Sylvia storms off, and I just kind of again
Turn him off. She's
look
just
at
walking.
Gwyn, kind of like, what the fuck?
We just share a glance and walk off behind her.
and
This is fine.
We walk out like
you lead the way, Mina, because you're the one given the directions by Jean.
Yeah.
So Sylvia storms out and very quickly realizes, oh shit, I actually don't know where
where
we're
the
going.
fuck am I going?
Yeah. Well, she's gonna stand there and
Mordor,
like-
where is it? Left or right?
She's gonna just be standing there like, okay, let's go.
So, it's about a 35-minute walk from the center of the town to the.
Are we trying to, ladies, are we trying to kind of catch up with your man? Are we trying to
Yeah.
march fast?
Yeah,
Brisk
I'd
walk.
say we're like walking quickly.
Do we manage to catch up with your man?
No, you don't appear to.
No.
But
I
you
mean,
do-
he
do-
would have had a few minutes on us because
He would, yeah.
Yeah, so you do get to the farmhouse. You find it, and you recognize the description that Jean gave, and you get to it, and as you get up to the front door to knock, you can hear the sound of voices inside, the sound of a woman saying, "I do not know what you're talking about, monsieur. What treasure? I'm a simple farmer."
Oh, okay. There's someone in there. Do we want to hang out here and eavesdrop, or do we want to go in?
Let's eavesdrop a little more.
And you hear another voice.
And I just quickly go like, please forgive me.
So, you hear there is another voice saying, "Monsieur, I do not care. 3 fake creatures appeared in the town square. They turned into dragons. Do you know what that means? They were able to sense that their treasure is in this town. Do you not think that they will track the scent of their golds closer to where it is being hidden right now? And what do you think will happen to the person that they find with their treasure?" And the other guy is like, "No, I do not know what you're talking about. I'm a simple farmer. I do not have any extra treasure. I do not have any gold on me. I do not have. No. And he said, wait, sir, please, you don't need to. You don't need to be. No, sir, no, you don't need.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now at this stage,
Yeah.
Mina's gonna
we're
break
prepared.
open
Okay,
the
door.
door. Mina's shouldering the door.
So, Mina, as you shoulder the door, you see these 2 men. You recognize them both. One is the farmer who was in last night, flashing coin in the inn, and the other is that new guy who's staying in the stables, the quiet stranger, who's got this. And you've seen it before. It's a cane. It's more like a cudgel with like silver rune on it. As he strikes down, but he's not. It doesn't aim for the guy. He actually kind of comes straight down on the a small table that's in front of him, and when he hits it, it cracks. Like there's a solid crack off of it, and it's a big split going down the center. It doesn't like break apart into smithereens or anything like that, but he's just cracked the table with a single strike.
Can I
Sylvia
tap his
looks-
ankles?
No, he's like 2, 3. You just literally just walk in the door of the room, so you're like.
Sylvia's gonna look at the guy, or she's gonna look at the table, and she's gonna look at the guy, like whose table it is. Well, surely for a man such as yourself, with all the coins that you were flashing in the bar last night, replacing that table would be no trouble, yeah?
And the
Pretty nice table.
The other guy, the cudgel, says, "Monsieur, there are now 4 of us. Where's the treasure? Tell us what the hell just happened."
It was me.
And the guy is like, when he sees you all coming in, he says, "Oh, you, oh mon Dieu, you're the women who've been fighting
Yes,
the ogres."
yes.
Well, just for an
So
ogre.
we
Yeah.
can the ogre, the
Lukaku.
the Lukaku, the
Direwolves.
direwolves, werewolves.
Like,
So
Lugaro,
you
yeah.
are nothing to us.
I think we could. Yeah. I would agree with Mina. I think.
Okay, look, it was I'm sorry. It was a couple of nights ago. I was walking home from the inn. I heard some sounds of some music and some laughter. I went to investigate and I saw a small group of fairies. They were dancing and singing their songs, but I do not know why. For whatever reason, I was not being enthralled by their music. And one of them happened to be skipping near me. I don't know why I thought of this. The compulsion came over me. I reached out and I grabbed the creature and I caught it. Pure dumb luck.
Monsieur,
Wait.
are you stupid?
I think we know the answer to that. Please continue.
Yeah.
I grabbed the creature. He screamed out, told me to leave him alone. Told me he would grant me a wish, and I wished for the power to obtain great wealth.
Oh no!
And
Did you specify how? By any chance?
well,
Of course not. He's too stupid for that.
I thought that by asking for the power to obtain wealth instead of asking for wealth, that I would be able to escape any tricks by the fairies.
Any consequences from a clever older creature, and you found the wealth? Yeah.
So
have you found it floating on the surface of the river or something?
They granted me two gifts. One was the ability to breathe under the water like a fish, and the other was, and he reaches into the pocket of his waistcoat. The other was this, and he holds up a ring. Okay, it's a plain golden band that has a rough, dark set stone in it.
And what does that do?
And you can see he's about to put it on when the other guy who has the club says, "Monsieur, I would not advise you to do that."
I assume that it makes you invisible. You were hoping to make an escape.
Use your words. Use your words instead.
Yes, it grants the wearer invisibility. They told me of its great treasure.
And what else?
They told me it makes you invisible, and they told me that there's a great treasure hidden in a river. A day's travel from here. I went and I swam, putting the ring on. I swam into the river.
Oh, no.
I was able to find a cave that led into this wondrous. It was almost like an underground palace, and there were these beautiful creatures with scales, and with the ring I was able to slip past them and grab some of their hoard. To be honest, I thought I was only taking a small amount. I've never seen so much gold in my life.
Did it occur to you that the treasure, were you never taught by your mother not to take things that do not belong to you? No, I was
particularly from Fae.
I also, if a fairy grants you a wish, particularly under the circumstances where you capture them, how could you possibly think? But obviously you did not think. You have to return the treasure.
What if you did it and he goes reject?
No, I think you should do it, and you should apologize. And maybe you will not be eaten by the dragons.
But if I
maybe
they'll kill me. But if you arrive,
no, this is your mistake.
No.
You are going to fix it.
Come on.
We can go and supervise you to
We
a
will
degree.
definitely
We will
march
go
in there
with you.
first,
We will make the case that you are very sorry, but there are consequences to this action, and we can only hope that if you admit to the wrongdoing, attempt to address the situation by returning what you stole, you may be granted leniency.
Actually, you were very lucky. They actually asked for the treasure be returned. They could have just burnt the village down.
And
No,
his face is
They
like
still-
They still might.
his
they
face
still
is like
might.
pale when you say this. He's like,
they
okay,
still might burn
okay.
the village and they are
Also, that
dragons.
ring, I suppose we have to destroy it in Mount Doom, but that's another story.
Quest.
Mount-
No, sorry, that's
that-
no.
Is that in Arcadia?
Yes.
I hope
Such
not.
It's
troll.
that-
Sorry, I
It's
can't. A ring, I mean, come
My
on.
precious.
Ah.
That's a very strange sounding name of a mountain that in no way bears any connection or similarities to creatures real or fictional from other pieces of intellectual property.
Please don't sue us. We're sorry.
Mount Gloom. Yes. We go to Mount Gloom. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, look. Okay. And I'll show here. And he goes over to a corner and he pulls up, lifts up one of the wooden boards, and he takes out a sack. Like it's a fairly big sack. It looks like the kind of thing that you might like a 2 kilo bag of potatoes kind of thing. You know, like a decent size. And he lets it down. It was only a small amount compared to the treasures that I saw in their palace. And he's like, puts it down with a heavy clink and thud on
Stealing is still stealing.
It's the Fae. They have so much treasure. I didn't think they would miss it.
It's the face, so you doubly shouldn't steal. Using my lesser telepathy cantrip, I just had to say to Quinn, this fucking guy.
You know what? There's a pattern here. It's always fucking guys.
So
no concept of yes or no, no concept or yes or whatever, no concept of
this
consent.
Is not mine. I should not.
No
take
concept,
it.
because everything is just they're so entitled. Everything is mine. Everything because the world is built for me. You know what I mean? That's.
Oh, why do you think the war started?
Oh yeah. It's mine.
Some man
men playing soldiers.
I swear to God, so, and while we're having this tantrum, I'm firmly leading your man out. And come on, let's go on and show us where you got it from.
Well, no, he said it was a day's travel.
That's so what?
Come on, we're gonna fucking travel now, aren't we?
Yeah.
So so you're gonna ask him to bring you to the river
we can come.
Where?
Yep.
Okay. Well, how else? We need to find out where it is. So yeah, we are going to need to bring him.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. I'm watching him.
Oh wait, sorry. No, the Fae are in the village. They want.
Yeah. They flew off in the direction of the river and the forest.
Okay. So they've given us a day. So
yes.
should we maybe hang on to this and then the town square, then meet them the next day, explain stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Would that be better? I think it might be better.
I suppose, but I'm not letting this one out of my sight.
Oh no, you are going to convince us and you are going to explain. We will try to make sure that they do not kill you, but
maybe
the dragons, so they can do what they want.
Oh, and who the hell are you, by the way? And I'll turn to this new guy.
Oh, you turn to the stranger?
Yeah.
We're just having a rant about
who the fuck is this guy now?
My name is people call me Tito. I am just a traveler passing through. I was in the town square when the dragons revealed themselves and said that a treasure had been stolen, and I was in the inn last night and remembered seeing this fool throwing gold around
We remember you from the inn last night,
so it did not take a great leap of intellect to connect the two. So
No, this makes sense.
Yep.
Where are you from, Tito?
I am from everywhere. I am a traveller.
Hmm.
I live my life on the road.
So where were you born?
A tiny little village in the south that you would never have heard of it. And looking at him, so this now that you're getting a slightly better look. As I said, he's not that tall. He's only about 165, maybe 170 centimeters. Curly brown hair and has like
Oh, it's my height.
very very like tanned Mediterranean skin, looking like somebody from maybe Cannes
Sicily.
or Nice or maybe Italian, you know,
Mhm.
or possibly Spanish. Like he has that dark Mediterranean look to him, you know, someone from the south of France or from the
Sure.
generically Mediterranean. Okay, with these beautiful, I would say, like deep, almost soulful brown eyes.
See.
Like a good enough looking guy, you know. Like we're not talking stunning heartthrob,
If
but
he was tall, if he was taller, sure, like yeah.
but he's still taller than me now.
Oh yeah, everything is taller than me, but like you know.
So yeah.
Welcome to Tendi's world. I say that
She's
as
so
somebody.
sharp, bless her.
I say that as somebody who had like 2 housemates who shall remain nameless that kept putting things up high.
It wasn't high. It was convenient height.
Oh,
It's not our
sure.
fault that you're so tiny.
Yes, sensible places to store condiments and food.
I had to climb on the counters like a child.
So anyway, it's so this man who's introduced himself as Tito, he turns to you and says, "So do we want to bring this fool back in to the mayor to explain what's
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
he'll. I'm sure the gendarmerie has a nice cell for him where he can spend the night.
Because we want to make sure that he comes with us to return the treasure because this
Well,
is his mistake.
Well, that's probably a good idea. When I got here, he was
About to make a runner.
he was putting a bridle and saddle on a horse. Yes.
Ah,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
That's it.
Not surprised.
he needs to go into a cell that he cannot
Yeah.
escape.
Okay. Well, after you, mademoiselles.
Have you got
Oh, no,
anything,
after
anybody
you.
to look after, addressing the farmer now? Have you got anyone to look after your animals while you're gone?
Well, how long will I be gone for? I'm not going to jail, am I?
That remains to be seen.
Temporarily.
Maybe a little while.
You all know that the way human authorities view these matters, they would never arrest a human for stealing from a fey creature.
Yeah, I know, but I still want to make him.
Human
We want to
fey,
fuck with them.
human fey interactions are kind of
Oh,
complex and
that's
messed up.
fine, but we'll talk to the mayor. Don't worry, we'll arrange
I
for.
still want him to sweat a little bit. I
Oh,
want
yeah,
to put the
absolutely.
shit up him.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I
Still
just
wanna
cock my head and look at him, going like, "So, anyone to tend for your animals, monsieur?"
no, there is not. I do not have any family. My parents.
Is there a neighbor?
Well, we could ask one of the neighbors.
Yeah,
Maybe
Okay,
we should
let's
try.
do that.
go and
Because I don't want starving animals on my conscience either.
It shouldn't be for too long, but you do have to pay for what you have done.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how much money have you
Yes.
actually, or how much of the treasure have you spent?
Whatever was I think it was 10 gold last night.
Mm-hmm.
So he spent a
Could be
lot
worse.
on
It
booze.
could be worse. Yeah, that is a shocking
Okay.
amount on booze, but it still could be worse.
We can probably. I'm going to turn to the rest of the group and just say we could probably.
Maybe the mayor can't advance it for
The mayor,
him,
yeah.
and then he
Oh,
can
even
work
better,
it off
yeah.
or something. We'll just talk to the mayor.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go to your neighbor's farm first, and then we'll go
So do you
to a
all,
nice cell
you,
that's
you,
waiting
you,
for you, I'm sure.
you all exit the house leading this fool in front of you all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you all exit the house and you spot the other gentleman Tito waiting for you all to leave, politely letting the ladies go first, and then he closes the door after you all and he's traveling along beside you.
So what do you think of the village?
It's a pleasant, ordinary village, the likes of which you would find in many places in Auvergne, in this region of France.
Are you traveling with anywhere in particular in mind, or are you just passing through?
I just pass through wherever.
How do you make a living? Are you just traveling for leisure?
I help out odd jobs here and there. People who need labourers, strong men to help with, on farms or maybe in warehouses or factories or on docks or whatever, wherever I am. I'm good.
You don't look like the dockhands from back home, that's for sure.
I am good with my hands, and I am not afraid of hard work.
That's good, I suppose.
Neil, the question regarding his staff, the runes on it, do they look like, are they kind of sigils, or like, I mean, obviously they're not own, but like, I'm still just curious.
Give me, we'll say fail or roll.
Radar. And it's inlaid with silver or something, right?
Ooh.
Oh, that was, wait, is that a 13 or an 18?
I don't know.
Oh, it's an 18. So plus intellect and failure, that's a dirty 20.
So this looks very similar to certain cudgels and canes that you have seen other fae carrying around creature, like where you are from. Certain types of dwarves and maybe a kobolds would occasionally have canes and cudgels that look similar to this, with this kind of silver inlay.
Does he look fey touch?
No, this man is definitely human.
Okay, just look at his neck. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna just quite an interesting canes that you have.
Yes, thank you. It has stood me well many times. The road can be dangerous when traveling alone.
Yeah, I have seen I have seen canes like that before, mostly carried by well, it was close to Arcadia, and I'm gonna give him a look. I was like, does he
pick up the message that he means?
I'm sure he doesn't give a shit, but that's fine.
So yeah,
Sylvia is suspicious, and also like
Nina's
really
completely oblivious. Everything just kind of that goes completely over her head because she has no interest in any magic or whatever. So she's like, yes, the road can be very dangerous. That's why I always have my Halbert with me. And do you fight with it, or what do you use it for? That was quite a feat you did with breaking the table like that. That was very interesting. I've been looking for a sparring partner for quite a while, so would be, if you are interested, that would be that would be really good. Because I've been looking for a sparring partner, but like in the village there's not that many. There's gendarmes, but I mean, they're not, to be honest, between, us here, they're not that great. I mean, like when we were fighting an ogre, you maybe heard us mentioning that they were just running away. That was like so funny. And then there is this hunter, but he's just like such and I'm just like, but like, if I had somebody to spar, that would be really great. So what say you?
That is a hard pitch to say no to.
I don't.
You baffled him into saying yes.
I do not like to fight.
Oh no, that's just for defensive measurement, of course.
She just means to train and hone skills. She doesn't want to actually injure you.
I do not know how much use I would be to a clearly skilled warrior in honing their skills.
Oh, that's okay, but I mean, you look fairly skillful yourself. That blow was very impressive.
It was a trick.
Oh,
imagine it's quite a trick.
That was quite a trick. That was quite a trick.
Canes that I have seen like this can candles.
Oh, yeah. Magic tricksy. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah, not quite, but yeah, so something along that vein, yeah.
So is he like Justine then? I'm just completely ignoring the guy looking at my two friends. So he's like Justine then, something in that direction, or is he more like you? Or you?
He's not like me.
I am just a simple traveler.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but like looking at your garb, you make quite a bit of money from traveling.
Simple travelers don't call themselves simple travelers.
That's
I am
Would
a
everyone
simple,
ask any questions?
I am the simple daughter of a florist, after all.
Okay,
I'm a simple daughter of a simple farmer.
that is good.
Okay, this is
Right, well,
Do you actually say more than maybe one or two words at a time?
Oh, I'm sorry. When you spend so long traveling on your own, it's almost like you forget to speak at times, if that makes sense. You know, I don't
Yeah.
actually
Right.
spend a lot of time with other people, and so I am somewhat out of practice with, the small talk.
No, I understand.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
I
Had,
suppose.
You don't have
Yeah.
to talk.
No,
It's
no.
I have
entirely
had I have had to make similar adjustments over time. I understand.
Oh yeah. That one hardly spoke when I first met her and started traveling with her. Like it was like talking to wood.
Okay.
What did you want me to say?
Anything, but it's fine. You completely warmed up.
Oh yeah, I am a ray of sunshine.
Oh, totally.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, you are. Pat, pat, pat. Our little ray of sunshine.
So you get back to the town in about 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah, by leeway of a neighbor to take care of your man's animals.
Uh,
I'm not having starved animals on my conscience.
so
Not
do
that
you,
he's going to be locked up for very long. I'm sure. Like,
important question:
If I can help.
Do you want to go to the gendarmerie or to the mayor's office?
The mayor's
Mayor.
office.
Okay, so you head to the mayor's office, and yeah, you get there, and his secretary is there, and she's like, the mayor is he's in an important meeting right now. You can hear Ray's voices.
I think he is going to want to talk to us.
Yep.
D'accord, because she knows who you are, and you're hearing shouting and a bunch of voices like saying, we need to call in the army, and those gendarmes were useless against the ogre, and there's obviously some sort of an argument going on in the mayor's office.
Sylvia's actually going to just walk up and start.
Yeah,
and knock on the door.
let's say we just walk
He's just going
past
to knock on the door, like
So
really
past the
loudly.
secretary, knock on
Sylvia
the door,
knocks
open the door. Hello.
As Mina opens the door, then yes, and all of you see there's like.
And I was going to be polite,
There's
but
like
okay.
4 or 5 men.
They're obviously arguing about the situation.
One of them you do recognize. You've met like once before. Who was like Monsieur Mallet, the owner of the brass mill.
Oh,
yes.
And a couple of other like very very fancy looking guys, and they all and the mayor, and the mayor's standing up out of his chair behind his desk,
And they're going,
and they all stop and turn when you walk in. And
like,
when the mayor sees you, oh mon Dieu, look, messieurs,
I shoved the farmer. I don't even let him talk. I shoved the farmer forward. There you go. And say like, oh, this is the person responsible for the treasure.
We also have the treasure with us.
Well, what's left of it?
But we can spare it. It'll be fine.
And the mayor, seeing this farmer, is like, Monsieur, what is this? What are they talking about? And the guy is just like, I'm really sorry, Miss Lave. I was and as he's like gesturing, the guy you've been talking with, this guy Tito, he flicks out his wrist, and his cane snaps the farmer's hands, and you see the gold band drop to the floor. because
He was gonna put on the
he
ring.
hadn't taken it off him.
Okay, I'm gonna dive and grab it. I'm gonna dive and grab it.
He just hadn't
Yeah.
taken it off.
Oh,
I didn't want to touch anything.
And Tito
Don't
is
tempt me, Frodo.
he's looking at the farmers like, and the mayor looks at Gwyn and the ring, kind of confused, and looks at this other guy. He's like, "I'm sorry, monsieur, I do not know you, but Tito takes a
Just
step back
drop
and is
the
like,
sack and show them the sack here. And I pull the sack out, open it. Careful not to touch any of the gold.
gasps as there's like the glint of gold from his like, and they're like, "Where did you get this pussy?" And he like over the next 5 minutes he explains what happened, how he'd captured a fairy, they'd granted him a wish, he'd traveled like about 60-70 kilometers away to this other area.
While he's doing that, Neil, while I step forward and get the treasure, can I just kind of surreptitiously stand on top of the ring?
No, Gwyn
The
has
ring.
I already
Oh, you
dived
have it
into
already. Oh, thank God.
I want
It's gonna be. That's gonna be useful though.
Yes, because it's your birthday, isn't it?
Well,
It's my birthday, precious.
Yes.
Is it your birthday, Gwen?
There is
No.
I mean, it would
It's the Lord of the Rings reference, Susie.
Oh, sorry.
Nerd.
So, anyway,
Please don't sue us.
Being nerdy.
So he's explained all this. He's explained to the mayor that
This ring doesn't belong to the treasure. We don't have
there's
to give it
10,
back.
He's explained to the mayor there's 10 gold missing. He immediately he's like swearing as he reaches into a drawer, pulls out a small case, and he like puts 10 gold into the bag, and he's like looking at us. He's like, "You must
Let them work it off or something."
You now owe the town 10 gold plus interest, and we thanking the Virgin Mother that I do not seize your farm right now."
Gwyn just kind of retched a bit. Sorry. No
God,
particular reason.
Right? Yeah.
We're
Mhm.
talking like this is uber.
Don't know what came over me there.
While he says it, like Mina automatically does, like
This is not my. This is
19th
not
century
my
France,
Oh.
uber Catholic, so yeah. Okay, right.
I suggest he'll explain himself tomorrow, so maybe a nice salve in the gendarmerie will do him well.
That is a wonderful idea.
We should make sure that he doesn't try to run away again.
Yeah, because he was trying to run away, apparently.
I would ask, would you ladies be so kind as to be with him when he gives the treasure back to the Fae?
Of course.
Of course.
Thank you. And all of the men are now, you can see there was a lot of aggression, there was a lot of tension in the room. It's completely deflated. As the mayor turns, he says, "You see, messieurs, this is why we have been paying for the room and board that some of you are complaining about of these incredible women. If it were not for
Very
them..."
grateful for that, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
And Madame Moussel, she has been teaching some of the locals about creating charms to protect their homes from the face. So I think we can all agree that the town officials know what we're doing to keep people safe. And they're all.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And
but may I suggest to train your gendarmes maybe a little bit better? That's all I'm suggesting.
I mean, they got scared of the ogre.
It was an ogre. Okay, they are very well trained to deal with mundane matters.
Yes, but there's more Fae coming. Look at me, look how small I am, right? I was right in the ogre's face.
You are a Swiss guard. You are from a
yes, and I'm trained, and anyone else can be trained as well.
You are from
you are
nothing to it.
You are from an elite group of warriors that for centuries have protected not just the people of Europe from the Fae, but this whole.
And I'm just standing there going like, yeah, come on, bit more. Oh, yes.
Champions of the Lord are gone.
Oh, keep going. Yeah, lovely.
Of the Bishop of Rome.
Mina's just standing there like, oh, are you finished? Oh, okay. Yeah, that maybe so, but those skills are not magic. They're just training.
Well, and he calls out to his secretary and says, "Get some gendarmes here."
Mina
to-
just feels,
Yeah.
this was amazing.
Very quickly, about a minute or so after he shouted out, two gendarmes, so they enter the farmer, Monsieur Boisseau. He's escorted out. The mayor says, "This will be kept in my safe until tomorrow."
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and yes. So, d'accord. And the men all thank you. They bid you adieu. The farmer is marched off, and you now have
I really feel sorry for the stupid guy.
yeah. Well, he's an idiot.
Why only nearly?
This
I don't feel fucking sorry for him at all.
So-
Absolute fucking gobshite that he was.
Oh, yeah, of course he was a
I
gobshite.
have a very, very important and serious question, Gwyn. As you are
Yes.
traveling back, I'm assuming to the inn.
Yes, I put on the ring. Of
Okay.
course, I put on the ring.
All right. So
Do I start to get glimpses of a big eye in the sky?
no. So this is what happens.
Okay.
As you are traveling
You
back.
get stabbed by the Nazgul.
I see you. There is no life in the void, only death.
As the party
Sorry.
is traveling back to the inn, all of a sudden Gwyn disappears. She is beside you one moment, and then the next she is gone, and that is a perfect place to take a pause in our story.
Mina literally jumps like,
Ooh, thank
fuck?
you, the chaos Gwyn could
So
perpetrate with this.
love
Dangerous.
it. I need to see.
we are going to take a break for just 5 minutes, folks. Okay, quick bio breaks, get a quick round of refreshments. And
We're gonna get
we'll
a
be
drink.
back to you to see what the party witch is doing now that she can turn.
Hmm.
Oh god.
Yes.
I know.
I thought I was gonna have to do damage control before. Fucking hell.
So,
Oh no.
we will,
No
I
one's
know.
safe.
we will be
No
back
one's
in
safe.
O'Neill,
5 minutes.
O'Neill, like, you know, I mean,
Okay.
what did you expect with the ring, with introducing a ring? Of course, they're gonna be like tons of Lord of the Rings references now, like, you know,
No,
what I mean,
no, no.
oh, I'm in
No.
heaven.
Okay, back in 5, folks.
Uh,
I have 3. I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
Okay, folks, and we are back. So, when last we left our heroes, the party having tracked down a village idiot, or at least that's what they would certainly call him, a farmer who, having captured a fairy a few days previously, was granted a wish, one of the most dangerous things you can get from a fae. Given the
Yay.
ability to breathe underwater and a ring of invisibility, he had travelled about 60-70 kilometers away to a river where he was told he would find a great treasure. He found it, he stole it, and the fae that he'd stolen it from have appeared very pissed off. So, he is now in custody in the cells of the gendarme. The gold that he had taken is in the mayor's safe, with the amount that he had spent in the previous night being replaced from the town finances. And the party had just been walking back towards the inn, being accompanied by this stranger, this traveller that they had met, who had also gone to track down the farmer, a man going by the name, saying his name was just Tito, a not uncommon name in France, Tito. And the party was walking along, travelling to the inn, when all of a sudden Gwyn vanished before their very eyes.
So Mina's like, what happened? Where? What? Because I've been just talking to her.
We knew that. I believed that might have been what the ring does. When are you there?
You just hear Gwyn go, I'm invisible.
So
This
certainly
is
you
so
yeah.
weird.
So this, by the way, Amanada is with you at all. Obviously, Tendai's not with us; she's unwell. But Amanada is there, and she's pissed because she clearly wants the party rogue wants to be able to turn invisible. You know.
So Mina
Fair.
was kind of doing this where, like, Gwyn.
Can I see myself?
So yes, when
So
you,
Do I know I'm invisible?
when you look at your hand, you can see yourself, but it's a weird, kind of slightly shimmery
okay.
kind of.
I gonna ask
outline.
exactly the same question. Can you see yourself?
I reiterate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shimmery
Then
line.
I-
Weird would it be if you couldn't see yourself? Like,
I shudder to think at the chaos that you could cause with this.
The
I hope
possibilities
I
are
hope
endless.
I hope that we can trust you.
Sylvia!
Amanada is going to point out that, respectfully, Gwyn, I would have far greater uses for this item than you.
That's true. I just want to have my phone first.
That's all.
Maybe we could go and torment Dubois.
I
I
would rather not, because he is quite full of vigor. He may be stronger. He may be able to see you now. He may be able to smell you if he is becoming like a wolf.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
good point.
As you're saying,
Good,
this,
but it would make it easier to kill him,
as you're saying,
right?
this, the guy traveling along beside you, this Monsieur Tito says, becoming a wolf, trying to kill him.
Well, yeah, so he was bitten by a Logaro, but we have some time before the next full moon, and I intend to become strong enough to remove the curse.
Oh, so you are a priestess, a mystic, yes?
No, I am a druid.
When you say that, there is. Hold on, I just want to look something up.
Sylvia doesn't look like a druid.
No, you don't.
She's not like wearing robes or carrying a staff, so it's just like, yeah, I'm a druid.
Give me an awareness roll, Sylvia, will you?
But you need to make an awareness roll.
Oh.
Weird.
That was like a 6, so
Do you want to use your inspiration die?
that would bring it up to a 14. No, because fuck it. Okay, fine. I feel like it's such a waste. Oh yeah, I rolled. Oh wait, no. Well, it banged against another dice.
Oh,
So.
it has to be flat.
Okay, no, that was a 6. So that's now only a 12, but still shit. So.
When you say that, when you say you are a druid, there is the very briefest kind of. There's a flicker, a shift in his face. He's like the guy is not like some automaton completely devoid. Excuse me, completely devoid of expression.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been giving away a lot. It's like the most expression you've seen in this man's face when you say that you're a druid. There's just a slight flicker to his face, and he like takes a slight like a half step back from you for a moment, and then he catches himself and he continues on.
Have you met many druids before?
Wait, I have, yes, in my travels.
I wasn't in an order, so I'm probably not like those druids. I was trained by a Musloita.
I see. So you hope to learn the spell to remove curses, yes?
Yeah, exactly. I need to learn it anyway to free a man who has been turned into a wooden statue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
A marionette.
He was turned into a statue by an elf. Unfortunately, so I'm
Long
doing what I
story.
can for him in the meantime. I have given him a nice spot in her room by the window because I don't know if he is aware, and I don't want to think about it too much. But I do hope to free him. So I am trying to.
Wind creeps up to your ear and goes, "Don't forget the animals."
And also the animals, yeah. But I think the animals will probably die after I freeze them. You know this, right?
Well, listen, we don't know.
Better
We'll just
that
see.
than potentially being trapped forever.
So you do know that when Moraine made the wand originally for her sister when she was a year,
It was for her pets.
It was literally to turn her pets that were really old and close to death into little wooden toys so that they would never die. So you are assuming that if you do change these wooden animal miniatures back into their true form,
they'll
they're
die.
probably really old and close to death anyway.
Yeah. Oh, the babies.
Oh, this is
Gwen is just skipping around the party, throwing fireballs at the ground.
Oh God!
This is so strange.
This is so fun.
Are you?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Just with my cantrip, like not like full on
This
fireball.
is so weird. Out of thin air.
This is so much fun.
The arcane flint cantrip is literally just like
to set something on fire.
From a steel and
so
that's fine.
It the spark? It's
sending sparks into the air.
Okay. So you are seeing. So what you are all seeing is these random sparks, the likes of which that you would get when you strike a steel and flint together, but they're like torrents of sparks appearing in the air out of nowhere.
Along with manic laughter every so often.
Yes.
I look at Sylvia and I'm like, this is so weird. Out of thin air. This is like, it looks so freaky.
Vince, please stop. Please.
Listen, Aminata can have it when we get back to the inn, but in the meantime, I'm having my fun.
Could you please just stop the sparks, please?
Fine.
And before we give it to anyone, we should have that identified. Wasn't Justine able to do that?
In theory, yes, you have never actually gotten her to cast detect magic on any of the enchanted items that you have gotten, including the pendant that Gwyn was given
but
by the witches in the Bayroom that you still do not actually know what it does. The oil that you found that you still do not know what it does.
Yeah, I'm just saying, before we give this gift from a fairy to somebody else with potential, side effects, we should know exactly what it really does.
Well, okay. Well, yes, the party sorcerer could use detect magic to identify what these enchanted items do, but she is currently, you assume, on a train somewhere to Belgium with her brother. So yes. Yeah. Although Gwyn,
but I'm just throwing it out there, in case of consequences.
So Gwyn, don't forget you have learned a spell Moonlit Script, so you can send a message to her. No, it's not a very long message, okay? I think it's only like your magic score plus your level. The length of the message is a number of words equal to the caster's level plus intellect, resolve, or charm. Sorry.
It's like the bird app.
Yes, so
for a hiker.
Yeah, pretty much.
Though your resolve is like you got to resolve at 3, don't you? Yeah, so
I think so.
Yeah, so if you wish, so you can send a message up to a short message up to 9 words.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
but you know, it's like it does. It's not like an arcanogram
She
where
can't respond.
she can.
Yeah.
Oh well, you don't.
Unless she has the same
Unless
same.
she has the
Unless.
same spell, or
Hmm.
if she has a messenger pen, which
Yep.
are
Um,
essentially
very
fountain pens
expensive.
enchanted with the same kind of magic as the Moonlit Script spell,
Mm.
but the ink is enchanted. So when you write while thinking of the recipient, the words appear in front of them, just like in the Moonlit Script spell. And the issue is more how much ink have you got, really? You know, the range on a messenger pen is like
I told you.
it's like 50 kilometers.
We need to find an artificer for one of you guys to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look at
Yep.
me.
Okay, right. Well,
Yeah, don't look at Sylvia.
Win.
So you guys,
Ah.
I will volunteer
Yeah,
to do
can you
this
do something
Oh,
hard
useful?
task.
Can you
you're
screw someone
you-
useful for a change?
so okay, so yeah, you got back to the inn. Tito excuses himself. He says, "Do not worry, I will be back in the morning if you just in case you need some help with these fae and this. But I will bid you all adieu for now. And Gwen, do you take the ring off?
Oh, event, yes. When we get in, I take the ring off very reluctantly, put it on the table. That was amazing.
Do you
I am sure that it was. It's just the sparks
Do
were
you-
not.
do
Okay,
you-
someone else have a go. Someone else have a go. I want to see what it looks like.
Amanada reaches for the ring, it silently puts it on, and vanishes in front of you.
I don't
Oh,
know if I
this
like this.
is so
I
good.
don't really like this a lot. You know,
Nina, this
I really
is so
don't.
useful. This is so useful.
Yeah, but like maybe there is. What if you disappear completely over time, even without the ring?
Is that
I don't
possible?
think the enchantment is like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's some side effects. I mean,
There,
like you know what things are like, you know.
so there are many fairy tale stories of magical rings that could turn the wearers invisible, and in most of the stories that you know of, they don't tend to be cursed and make the person like turn into a ghost or whatever. So
like.
You know, I heard this one story. It's very, very old, and it's about this really kind of weird kind of devil
don't-
figure
We
that
do
has
not want
like
to get
made
sued.
different rings, and it's given them to different races.
Can we please not get sued? That would be awesome.
That sounds familiar.
Let's not.
Mm.
So
And that ring was totally evil.
Was it the ring or was it the user of the ring? You know,
so
maker.
It's
folks,
totally correct.
if you have nothing else to do, plan for the day, we can skip ahead and jump to the next day.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
Oh, in the evening though, like I go to Sylvia and say like, you don't have to. You can stay in the inn. You don't have to come with us tomorrow
No, I
with
will
the
go.
dragons or
I
whatever
will,
they are.
I will go. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I know. I'm fine. I just you
It's
never know
just
what
you
might
seem
happen.
you were kind of. I know, and I mean personally, I feel better, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't
so I
blame you
know.
because you know me. You seem to have like tapped out there for a moment. You know, I'm not saying anything like, but you know, if
Okay.
you know, you can stay if you prefer.
No, I'm fine.
Like nobody would judge you, like you know.
I would judge myself, but no. No, I'm fine.
Of
It's
course, everybody else. Oh no, that's totally perfectly fine. Myself. Oh no, I'm a complete failure.
Mhm.
relatable.
it's that Prussian stoicism.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Which is
No.
really just another way of saying emotional repression and really messed up, psychology, really, So.
That we all are like that.
I
like,
think
you
I'm
know.
going to take Gwen is going to take Mina aside at some point in the evening and say I'm going to stay behind with Sylvia, or I'll hang with Sylvia, whatever she decides to do. Keep an eye on her.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. That'd be
That
good.
was weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sylvia's going to insist on going. She's fine.
Mm.
Fine. Totally
Mm-hmm.
fine. Everything is fine.
Totally fine. Everything's fine.
Everything-
I'm just
It's
saying, like,
fine.
do not underestimate the German stubbornness,
Mm.
Oh, Sylvia's not alive.
They're
'cause
really
she's
weird,
strong.
like, those people.
She's alive
like,
because she's that fucking stubborn.
Yes.
She's not like strong. She's just stubborn.
Mm-hmm. So, you have some drinks, you have some dinner. Monsieur Tito,
Yep.
he's sitting in the corner on his own. Once or twice when you glance over to him, he will raise a glass to you and nods his head in acknowledgement of you, but he doesn't come over to you. Now, if any of you wish to come over to talk to him, by all means you can, but he is
I'm fine.
going to go over to you to try to initiate a conversation.
Because he's such an interesting conversationalist, like, I think I'll leave it.
Mm. Gwen is no interest.
As we're going to bed, Sylvia is going to say thank you for your help today, and we will see you tomorrow.
Oh, please, I did nothing. And I'm sure if I was not there, you would have dealt with the matter very quickly and easily yourself. I have been hearing tales all day of the exploits of your group.
I think if you had not been here, we would have dealt with the situation. She's going to glance back at Gwen, but it would have involved a lot more fire, I think.
I see. Well,
I prefer your way.
some would say fire can cleanse, and others would embrace its destruction.
Okay, I like him a bit more now.
Sylvia is going to just be like, okay, I'm fucking getting away from you, you absolute nut job. Sylvia is very... Sylvia is very...
Sorry, this
very
guy
much...
is given off. You're not sure if it's kind of like seriously contemplative and philosophical, or deeply depressed vibes. You're not sure which.
Sylvia is...
They're not mutually exclusive.
As soon as he says that, Sylvia is very much taking a step back and just getting the fuck away from him, because that is just a bit much.
Wayne kind of raises a glass at the other side of the bar. Finally, somebody understands.
Somebody gets it.
Finally.
Oh man, what have I got?
Oh, swear to God.
Oh, I can't deal with this in my bed. No jobs. Absolutely no jobs. A lot of
Yeah, okay, right. So, you go to bed. You are not disturbed in any way. The next morning you get up. Mina, you go to mass?
Yeah.
You go to mass?
Do we go to mass? No.
Hell no.
The town priest gives a brief sermon on
Important not to steal.
On that's exactly it, on thievery being a terrible sin, and that thieves, and he going on about how when the Lord and Savior was crucified, it was thieves that were crucified beside him, and all of this, and really laying it in thick and heavy. Don't steal shit from people. Seriously, that's how we avoid bad things happening, It's kind of like...
While all this is happening, though, Sylvia
Mina's like,
because she doesn't, she doesn't know if Piotr is in there. She's just updating him on everything that's happened, telling him what we're gonna do today.
Okay.
Do you know what?
Can
if
I
he is, I'm
counteract
sure he
the
appreciates it. If he isn't, so what?
I
would like to counteract the religiosity by going, being a big heathen and going out into the woods and foraging for poisons, please.
Okay.
But that's our side. I thought we were going to the fae.
How long is a mass?
It's standard
40 minutes, is it not?
50 minutes. I don't know. I can't remember how long a Latin mass was. I think they were slightly longer. They were closer to the hour, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit over an hour, but it's an hour and a half to the Tronquay Forest and back. So
yeah.
Well, so you weren't given...
Plus they're coming as well, just wait till after maybe.
Just to clarify, the Fae didn't say exactly what time they would be back, but you're assuming it'll be sometime around noon, midday.
Okay.
Because,
Okay.
You know, that's when people who are being
Do
dramatic meet
things.
for things. You know?
I
So this is like
knew.
early in the morning.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, Gwyn also kind of wants to walk past the Castillion's place and just see.
okay, so Gwyn gets up
She's
extra
not back.
early.
Actually, Sylvia might go with you just for foraging, but Sylvia's foraging for healing
If
plants.
you two want to get up early and head to the Truncate Forest for foraging, absolutely.
Oh yeah, are
can
you
go.
guys getting up with me? And I'm like, oh, are you coming to Mass as well today?
Mina, hell
No.
no. Hell no.
We're
You
going
know
to
better than to ask us that. Why don't you come with
Simple
us
no would have sufficed.
to the original cathedral of
One
nature?
day, one day.
So-
We're going
Yeah, but
to
I
forage
can
for
appreciate that
potions.
there's many ways to God. Yes, I know.
I have a very serious question for Gwyn.
Yes.
As you and Sylvia are walking, just the two of you now, to the Truncate Forest, do you talk to her? Do you ask her anything? Do you say anything?
So Gwyn thought what happened with Sylvia when she saw those dragons was really weird and unusual because again we're in a time where PTSD is not a known thing. And also Gwyn is in this weird predicament where even though Sylvia explained at dinner that day with the Lady of the Forest that she saw dragons during the battle, Gwyn is like, dragons aren't real, they're a thing of the past. Like, hell no, you did not see a real big proper original dragon, you know. So at least part of her is explaining it away. Now that might not be the ultimate truth, but she's like rationalizing it by saying no, like it was something else, a machine.
gonna
It was
ask?
artillery. So initially I think she'd be doing everything she could to avoid talking about what happened to Sylvia, but yeah, I think eventually she would just ask Sylvia, are you okay? So what happened yesterday was really strange. You froze, and I've never seen you do something like that before. And we faced werewolves, like.
Yeah, but a werewolf is not the same thing, you know. Well, I am sorry for that, and I don't
apologize.
I don't normally freeze.
I know, that's why it was weird. You just looked like you were somewhere else, and it was scary because physically you weren't. You were right there.
I suppose I was. I don't remember. I remember seeing them there, and then I think I do remember talking to you, and then we were in the inn. I don't really remember what happened. So
Okay.
I don't.
You froze, and you froze. It was really weird. And I tried to kind of grab you and shake you out of it, and you cast bark skin. It was really strange. But as long as you're okay, I mean, it just was a strange reaction. And I know what you said before. We were having dinner with the Lady of the Forest about the dragon, and
well, that is the only other time that I have frozen. I don't normally freeze. I can, you know, focus and breathe and deal with whatever is happening. But on that day, I did freeze. Yeah. So that is what you saw, I suppose, because it was a dragon. I did feel like I was back there, you know.
no, that's horrific. I'm so sorry.
That is the only other time that I froze. The dragons did appear on the battlefield. They were different, you know, bigger, much bigger, and quite different. I don't know if I don't know what abilities these ones have. I mean, if they're dragons, but they're also in the water, so presumably it's not loads of fire. So you have seen the scars on my back, so you know what happens that day. So, and I told you about my love and all of that. So yeah, I suppose it felt like I was back there, but I don't know what else to tell you. I don't remember very well what happened yesterday.
Did like I just can't imagine what real war must have been like. I don't know anyone who has ever been in one, so I can only imagine how awful it was.
Oh, don't mistake. Like, the war was hard. It was brutal, yeah. But my time in the army was definitely the happiest I have ever been. Each day was brutal and it was hard. Well, I was with her. I was with my friends. I found a new family. So
did any of them survive, Sylvia? Or
well, I think one did, but I'm not sure. And please do not say this to anyone because I think he deserted. Okay. So I can't. I don't want to get around. I don't know.
So, maybe it's a thing to do after those horrors.
No, well, in his you under like. So, you know, you are there. The army did not care who you loved. They did not care how you were or anything else. They just cared about you following orders. So honestly, I had more freedom in the army than I ever had anywhere else. I got to be with my love. I found new family, new friends. But Marcus, he came from America, you know, the New World. And they hate the Fae very much over there, but he married a true Fae and he left America so he could be with her. Wow. And they had a son and his name was Marcus, but then he found himself in the army because that is what he had done when he was in America. But then he found himself in a war fighting the Fae again, you know. This is not he joined the army because that's what he had done. He had wanted to be in the structure, with the camaraderie and all of that. He did not agree to fight Fae, and in the end, he left a couple of days before the final attack. He was just gone. So he may still be alive, but I have not tried to check because we all pretended that he was still there because, you know, they do not look on deserters kindly. But obviously after the war, it was impossible to tell who was alive and who was dead because, I won't be graphic, but there were thousands of completely unidentifiable bodies. So it was very easy. It was very easy to disappear if you wanted to.
Wow.
I'm sure he
sounds so traumatic.
I want to believe that he is back with his family and, you know, free from all of that nonsense.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. It's a big price to pay for freedom. Yeah, and if it's not too like personal, was your wife there till the end, or?
Yeah, no, she perished in the final attack as well, you know. So, you know, everyone says, "Oh, did you lose anyone in the war?" Like, I lost everyone. So, you know, as part of me thinks, "Oh, well, you know, you get close to somebody again, no one knows what is going to happen." So,
oh no, don't think that way, Sylvia. The next time could be, you know, the time.
What time?
Don't close yourself off. The time it works out.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Look, I had my chance at happiness and it was wonderful, but you know, that is over now. So
no, I'm not going to let you think that way. It is not. You're only a few years older than me. You've the rest of your life. And I'm going to try really damn hard, as long as we're traveling together, to find you someone nice. I'm going to make it my mission. And we
Finn,
can start with Marie.
Finn, you have... It's not possible for me. Who would even want... But who would ever... No, it would never happen. Nobody would ever even think of...
Sylvia, you're the hero
Besides,
of the village.
I'm traveling with
the war, a dragon. You fight monsters.
But I'm traveling with many beautiful women who nobody would look at me if, the rest of you are there, of course. Please.
That's not true. That's just not true.
And I'm not blind to my manner. I know how I come across. I wasn't always like this, but this is the way I am now, so...
You've been hurt, and it's understandable. You've been through more trauma than anyone I know, and I can't imagine what that does to a person. But it surely won't last forever.
Well, I will let you know, then...
Do.
Sylvia's just continuing to look at Gwen like...
Gwen's going to conjure a little robin using minor illusion and have it just like fly around Sylvia's head making funny noises just to lighten the mood.
Oh.
You must teach me how to make some different plants.
Oh.
Conjure them. I don't know as many types as you.
Oh, well, I can show you what I know. I can't just create loads of herbs, though, I can't just... I do still need to forage. We can't just, I will make all of the things that we need.
We'll have to try and share some skills when this is all over, when it comes down a bit. I'd love to know more about your magic. It's so different to mine.
Well, I just Googled, folks. Freud only graduated as a doctor in 1881, and even if he was around in 1872, he probably would just put everything you've gone through down as
mammy issues.
Yeah, or daddy issues, or
daddy issues,
envy,
either wanting to shag one of my parents and being sad about not having a penis.
Yep, that's exactly what he will be on about. So I'm afraid, as for helping her, not only don't we know about PTSD, we don't have any sort of mental health, so
no notion.
As anybody who's researched this knows, PTSD was first recognized in World War I. Returning soldiers, they're described as suffering from shell shock.
Shell shock.
It was the first recorded diagnosis of PTSD.
But war format was very different.
It's crazy, isn't it? Sure, absolutely. It was, but people must have suffered from some sort of do you know what I mean?
Yes, but the trauma, but at the same time, the trauma that in our game, in the world of Feyre, the trauma that the humans suffered in the battle against Arcadia was worse than anything that any soldier has ever faced against another human army.
That's the other thing as well.
The horrors of the industrialization of war in World War I. For that to be
for us to in real world,
to become a widespread phenomenon. So anyway, Sylvia, Gwyn, you have this really beautiful and tender moment, quite a loving moment between the two of you as you are connecting with each other. You do travel to the Tronquay Forest, where you hope to forage.
Look at me making friends. I'm doing well.
So
yes.
You do, as I said, travel to the Tronquay Forest, hoping to forage. So you can each give me these are bushcraft rolls using either awareness or intellect.
Oh, I guess you guys do it separately because you're not looking for the same type of plants, right?
No, I'm looking for
Also,
Actually, I have loads of my other types of herbs, so I am going to look for healing.
Oh, you
Plants
have
as
loads of other types of herbs, yeah?
So I will just say this
Jesus
as well,
Christ.
Sylvia. If you want, you could cast Lesser Bless on
Oh,
both you
do-
and Gwyn.
I'm gonna
And,
do that.
and don't forget, now that you are a 6th level druid, I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong,
I get to re-roll perception checks in natural
you
surroundings.
get primal senses. You may
Ooh.
re-roll awareness checks when in natural surroundings and keep the higher value. So
In that case, I'm just gonna roll 2 d20s.
but you can also cast Lesser Bless on.
Oh, I'm gonna do that too, but I
on-
may as well just
on yourself and on Gwyn.
What
get
will
a
that
plus
do,
3.
Queenie?
It creates basically a reservoir of 3 points that you can
Ooh.
add to rolls. You can add them in any way you want. You could use all 3 points in one roll, or 1 or 2 or whatever combination. But it's a pool of 3 points that you can add
Great.
to ability
Okay.
checks. Okay.
Ooh,
So
lovely.
So I rolled a 14, and then with my intelligence,
and don't forget you have that inspiration die.
I used
No,
it.
she used it. It's gone.
Oh yeah, you did use it. Sorry, apologies.
I also rolled a 14.
Okay.
So
Plus
So-
plus bushcraft plus intellect or awareness. For you, it's the same for both for you, Sylvia.
plus 3,
So
okay.
plus
So
3, so
that's
that's
17. And then plus 3
is
to
20.
bring it to a dirty 20.
Okay.
and I get 21. So yes. Perfect.
Okay. So
Aha.
what that means is, Gwyn, you actually have managed to forage enough that you would be able to make a superior healing potion.
Ooh.
However, you only have, I believe, a +3 to your herbalism, and I believe you need
Is
a
that one?
+4. You need mastery
It
to
is
be able to
+4.
make superior healing tinctures.
Mhm.
So you have enough to make 2 greater healing tinctures, and
Great.
Sylvia, you have enough to make 1 greater healing tincture.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
Cool.
So
That's I will take that success.
Yep.
absolutely. So I mean,
That is fucking awesome. Okay, we head back.
you just can head back, and we'll say that you're going to get back to the town by about 11 o'clock. Okay, because you've got
Time for coffee.
you got up early. You headed straight to Tronquay and foraged and headed immediately back. So you get back around 11, a quarter past
Nice.
11. Get some coffee in the inn, holding off and waiting to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
And then at like about 11:50, you head out to the town square.
Yep.
Yes.
So at 11:50, you head out to the town square. So this is the thing: the town square is normally full of stalls and merchants and the likes. None of them are out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fair.
I think my earphones have just gone. Hold on.
Oh. I don't have spare. Ugh, fucking tech.
Yeah.
And Neil's like, let's make the stream family friendly. And then Christy and I are like, yeah, we're totally not going to swear. It's grand.
We didn't do too bad.
That it's also other stuff that are like, are you
You all good?
charging? Can you hear us?
Okay, can somebody say something?
Yes.
Something.
We're speaking.
Okay, sorry. My earphones had gone for a second. I think the battery's running low.
Yeah.
So, anywho, yeah, normally the town square is full, okay? You've got, the merchants and the different people out with their stalls. Nobody is out. Nobody's out at all because everybody's expecting these Dragon Fate to come back.
Dragons.
Yes, of course.
So you get out at about 10 to 11 and you see Monsieur Boissieu, the farmer, and there's like 4 gendarmes around him, Mayor Soivet. Monsieur Boissieu, the farmer, he's holding the sack that he had his gold in, and you folks go out, and Tito, this the new traveler guy, he's out there with you all, and you're basically standing around for about like 5-10 minutes.
That's
Okay.
okay.
Gwyn is going to take Sylvia's hand and give it a squeeze and say, I know you don't like to be touched. I just want to say, I know you can do this. And then I just let go.
So,
You can do it.
after about 10 minutes, you start hearing some gasps and cries from some of the villagers in the area as you see coming from the northern direction where the river and the forest is a trio of dragons flying towards you all. Okay.
How is Sylvia responding to this sight?
Sylvia, I'm not going to make you give a fresh resolve roll.
No, because this time I'm prepared.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
she is like, she goes pale. She starts kind of shaking a little bit, but you can see for a moment her hands start like this. It's not a spell or anything. It's just arcane energy is kind of, sparking off her hands. She's going to realize and then put them behind her back.
Okay.
And she's just going to like breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. This is fine. Everything's fine. Don't freak out. Just fucking deal with this.
So, the largest.
Mina is stepping up next to you as well on the other side of you.
Yeah.
Um,
Mine.
The largest of the three dragons, this one's about 5 meters long, swoops down, landing in front of the group, and as they land, their body transforms into the beautiful blonde, elf-like individual with the slight scaling along the neck. The other two smaller 4.5 meter dragons are just circling overhead. As she stands in front of you all and says, I see you've come to your senses. Is this the fool who stole from us? And the gendarme give Bosse a shove in the back with their rifles, and he kind of stumbles forward. He's like,
I love it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I was I was talking to some fairies, and I'd asked them where I could get some treasure, and they told me about your, and I only took a small amount. I didn't think it would be, and he hands it to her, but as he does, it drops to the ground, and some of the gold spills out, and she's pretty pissed off looking. He's like, and he starts scrambling and trying to put the coins back in, and picks it up and puts it down at her feet, and he kind of starts scrambling back on all fours, and this guy is a pathetic sniveling excuse of a man. As she looks down at you all, I looks down at the sack and looks at you. I was like, you spent some of our coin, but I can see, and it's weird that she's not looking into the bag, but it's like she instinctively, magically knows. It's like, you spent some of our coin, but I can tell you have replaced it. Very good. And her form changes back into that of a dragon as she reaches down with her great maw, grasping the top of the bag, lifting it up, and the trio fly away.
Ooh. Wow. She was impressive.
Yes.
Oh! Thank God that's over.
So
in other circumstances, Gwyn or Sylvia would be turning to Gwyn and being like, seriously?
So the mayor turns
That
back
could
to
have gone worse, yeah.
The mayor turns back to Augusta Bosse, says, as I said, you owe the town 10 gold. And he's kind of
with interest.
And he's like, with interest, he's like sniffing. Yes, monsieur. Yes, mayor. And he's like, just get out of my sight. And he's like, and he turns to you all. And he kind of glances at Tito again. He looks at you all. He's like, thank you again, my ladies, for being here for us all. Hopefully, that's the last dragon we'll see for some time.
Hopefully, you're the last fool
I
who
hope
steals
so.
from fame.
Yeah. So anyway, right. So
And go to mass from now on.
yeah,
That's what I
the
shout
guy
after him
is
as he leaves.
running. He's literally running off and tripping over himself. It's quite pitiful. You do see villagers peeking out. They're looking around, and you see, the dragon's gone. The dragon's gone as people slowly start to come out.
Whoa.
So
I think we deserve a drink after that.
you do deserve a drink after that. So this is the thing. If the party has nothing planned, we can do another time jump.
Well,
Let's have a few. Let's booze it up in
because
the evening.
I know Mina is eager to leave, but you also said you're going to wait till
Yes.
Sylvia's armor was ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
is that still okay? But
Yeah,
or
but
okay.
with the mayor here, I'm gonna talk to him and ask him if he could, or where I would organize a carriage to.
Oh yeah, that kind of logistic stuff. We definitely want to do
Yeah,
that.
to the next town. What's the next town? Leon, is it?
Yes, Leon is the quickest way to get up north. So
And
Yeah.
then we take a train, isn't it?
That's
Yeah, you take the train.
You get the train from Lyon to Paris, and then from Paris, hopefully a train further to Cambert, where Gwyn spell revealed the location of Mina's brother. Yeah, that's totally organized. Okay.
Awesome.
Sylvia, you know your arm is going to be ready on the Monday,
Mm-hmm.
so we can, if you want, we can just jump to Monday.
And what I'll do is, I'll ask for the innkeepers to, pack us some
Yeah.
supplies.
Some food. Yeah.
That's like so easy to do. Zero issues about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Before we go on the Monday, Sylvia is gonna go into the post office.
So on the Monday, you get up, you go to collect your armor,
Yes.
you collect your armor, you head back to the inn, telling everybody the armor's ready, and as you are, a young lad runs in, looking around. Mademoiselle Bauer, and in his hand
Yeah?
he's holding a letter.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sylvia is just gonna take it, but her hand is kind of shaking.
The postmistress told me to give this to you. It's addressed to you.
Yes, this is me. Thank you very much.
So if you want,
Oh my
Sylvia,
god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
if you want, we can do what we did with Juliet's letter. We can tell the other party members to run off as you read it quietly.
No, I don't like it when it's the other way around.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Wanna
Oh my
know?
god.
Or
Yep.
if you want, you can just read it.
No, that's better because he would read it totally in private. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
Sylvia is would run up to her room and fucking read it.
Yeah,
Just
fair.
honestly.
Okay.
I'm actually shaking. Oh my god.
Well, I think this is a great. I'm not going to leave this on a cliffhanger. We're going to do this now because I will be. Just for our viewers, if I left this on a cliffhanger, my wife would divorce me. The series would end. I would be shuffled off this mortal coil.
Well, no, what actually happened was I said, "Oh, I bet you'll do. I'll bet you'll say Sylvia gets her letter, and then you'll end the game." And then you were like, "I would never. I promise, I will never do that." Is what you said.
I would be divorced Mocklin style. If anybody's watched the Orville, they know what that means. Okay. So
I haven't.
Susie,
But
I am just.
I hear that has something to do with my collection.
I've emailed you the letter.
Okay.
If you want Sylvia to read it privately, I will ask
Yep.
Gwyn and Mina
Yep.
to you can just mute your
I'm gonna take out my earbuds, okay?
mute
Yeah.
your devices for
No
a
need
minute so you can't
No,
hear it, okay?
You can see me
I'm-
probably. Oh my god.
Although this technically doesn't get because you can't look at the screen because we have auto captions. So yeah, you can't look at the screen because we have auto captions.
Oh, but we don't on our thing
We don't
here.
on Google Meet.
Do you not? You should.
No, we don't.
Oh, is that only me? Okay, great.
Yeah,
Super.
we
Okay.
never have. Yeah, I think we can turn them on, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know about you. I never did. But
Okay, so Sylvia, the letter should be in your inbox. Is it there?
I'm actually checking
Is it
right
there?
now. Oh yes, there. Oh no! Oh my god! I'm even. It's not even looking at the fucking opening line.
Do you want to open it up and read it out
Yeah.
to our viewers?
Oh, I don't know if I can keep my accent up. I'm gonna start crying. Okay.
Would you like me to read it?
Okay. Yeah. If you could, oh god.
Okay, I will read it, and please excuse my terrible Prussian accent.
Yeah, I don't have it in my own. Like I've been fucking doing one.
So, my little Lily, when I saw your letter, my heart stopped. It was such a shock, I nearly fell down. When I saw Elizabeth's name amongst the dead, I was certain you were one of the many deceased that could not be identified because of the inferno that befell our troops. You do not need to apologize for not writing sooner. The fact you could find the strength to contact me is all the proof I need of your love, if there was ever a doubt. There are not words for how sorry I am for the death of your beloved. When I saw you two together, it was the purest example of love I had ever seen. I am shocked to learn you have become a druid, though maybe it is not as much of a surprise considering how much you loved flowers back home. I am happy to hear you found a new group of friends to keep you safe and travel with. I would love to meet you and talk, to give you a hug. Forgive the short letter, I am still in shock. Please reply as soon as you can. If you know where you will be traveling to next, I will try to arrange leave from my duties so we can see each other. Love, Heinrich.
Oh my god.
And I think that is a beautiful place to pause in our story. So, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. It was a really fun session. We had dragons, we had a chaotic witch turning invisible, and a letter from one of the party members' brothers back to her. A lot of fields tonight. It was a really great session.
Oh no, I'm not crying on the internet.
I'm not crying, you're crying, okay? Thank you all, everybody, for a really great night, and we shall see you all next week. Same bad time, same bad channel, okay? So, good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Oh, God.